Reading that novel alone made me want to burst a lung. Before closing my eyes, I still saw the scene of being a simp. The male lead, just to buy a designer bag for the female lead, went out delivering packages in heavy rain and got hit by a car, body flying, while the female lead was having dinner by candlelight with her adopted brother. As soon as I opened my eyes, I transmigrated into that billionaire male lead, but living spinelessly, no different from a dog. Looking at the scene before me, the cold wife was tending to her adopted brother, along with a series of glaring red lie detection stats that stung the eyes. I smiled. In this life, this soft rice bowl, I'll turn it into shattered glass for you all to taste, even though I'd prepared myself mentally. But when I saw this scene clearly, the lingering instincts of the body still made my heart skip a beat. Rain pouring down like buckets. Inside the villa midway up the mountain, it was incredibly warm. The nominal wife, Tanya Song, was kneeling on the carpet, holding a cotton swab, tending to the man on the sofa, wiping a tiny wound almost invisible at the corner of his lip. Blake, does it hurt? I told you the seafood at that restaurant is tough, but you insisted on eating it anyway. Tanya Song's voice was full of tenderness. This was the tone that the original host, Luke Ming, after 3 years of marriage, had never once heard. The man on the sofa was named Blake Chase, childhood sweetheart, the white moonlight in Tanya Song's heart. Blake Chase's peach blossom eyes slightly reddened. He glanced at me once, then shrank back. Sister Tanya, I'm fine. I just didn't want you to worry, that's all. Oh, brother-in-law is coming down. Tanya Song's movements froze. Her back stiffened. She turned her head and saw me standing at the staircase. Her expression immediately turned cold, eyes filled with disgust. Luke Ming, do you walk without making a sound? Standing there like a ghost. What are you doing? Can't you see Blake's lip is scratched? Hurry and get the anti-inflammatory medicine from the first aid kit. While you're at it, go make a bowl of hangover soup. Blake had a bit of alcohol tonight. His stomach is uncomfortable. Her tone full of reason. Like ordering a servant. I stood on the stairs looking at this pair of man and woman. In my mind, a line of bright red numbers suddenly popped up, right above Tanya Song's head. Currently index 85. Mental activity. So annoying. Why hasn't he dropped dead yet? If he finds out that tonight, I and Blake went to a love hotel, he's sure to make a scene. I narrowed my eyes. Corner of my mouth curled up. So that's it. This is the golden finger that came with my transmigration. Lie detecting eyes. As long as the other party lies or has malicious thoughts, I can see it all. Core data and mental activity. The original host, for the wedding anniversary, foolishly waited until midnight, even running a fever, while these two went to check in at a love hotel. Seeing me not moving, Tanya Song frowned and urged, "Are you deaf? I told you to get the medicine." Blake Chase tugged at Tanya Song's hem. Weak voice. "Sister Tanya, forget it. Brother-in-law must be upset. After all, today, I didn't mean to take up your time together. I'll just endure it a bit." Advancing by retreating, the green tea scent was overpowering. I leisurely walked down the stairs, brushed past them to the coffee table. Tanya Song thought I was going for the medicine. Her expression softened. "Hurry up a little. The water has to be warm." I picked up the cup of warm water prepared for Blake Chase on the table. Wrist slightly flip, splash. The whole cup of water poured straight onto Blake Chase's face. The room fell deathly silent. Blake Chase froze. Water dripping from his bangs drop by drop. His meticulously styled hair now looked like a drowned chicken. Tanya Song was stunned for 3 seconds before screaming, jumping up in a panic to wipe Blake Chase's face, turning her head to glare daggers at me. "Luke Ming, are you crazy? What the hell is wrong with you?" Blake is a guest. Where's all your upbringing gone? I tossed the empty cup back onto the table. With a crash. Upbringing. I sneered, staring at Blake Chase's pale face. My upbringing is for humans, not for animals. Just a tiny lip, tear and acting like you're dying. So let me help you sober up. Save the trouble of going to the ER for a scratch, wasting medical resources. Blake Chase got the hint, immediately hiding behind Tanya Song. Tanya Song trembled with rage, pointing straight at my face, scolding. Luke Ming, you're so unreasonable. Blake's health has always been poor. How could you treat him like that? Is it because today I wasn't with you for the anniversary, so you're holding a grudge? How can you be so petty? Current, Lee Index, 90. Mental state. This worthless guy must have taken the wrong meds today. Before, even if I slapped him across the face, he wouldn't dare utter a word. But today he dares to get physical. Seeing those numbers skyrocketing, I felt utterly nauseous. Tanya Song, don't act so high and mighty. I stepped forward step by step. She subconsciously backed away. Poor health. Psst, poor health. Yet he can check in at a love hotel with you for 3 whole hours. Poor health. Yet he can play steamy games with you in the pouring rain. Tanya Song's face went pale. Pupils contracted. What nonsense are you talking about? Are you stalking me? Her eyes evasive. Tone, lacking all confidence. Blake Chase's face drained of blood, hurriedly explaining. Brother-in-law, it's a misunderstanding. We just went to that hot restaurant over there for dinner. Because of the rain, that's why. Shut up. I coldly glared at him. Is there room for trash like you to speak here? What, the Song family hasn't gone bankrupt yet, and already outsiders, like you, get to point fingers in the Ming family villa. Luke Ming. Tanya Song, like her tail was stepped on. Why are you targeting Blake? I took him there. We're completely innocent. Unlike your filthy mind, seeing everything as dirty. Innocent? I scoffed, pulled out my phone, tossed the electronic divorce agreement at her. If you two are so innocent, then I'll fulfill this earth-shaking romance. Sign it. Tanya Song, I want a divorce. Tanya Song stared at the screen, expression shifting from anger to shock. Finally, to sarcasm. Divorce. She crossed her arms, looking at me like an idiot. Luke Ming, is this another trick to get my attention? Playing hard to get or retreating to advance? She shook her head, face full of contempt. You're too naive. You think threatening divorce will make me compromise and coax you. Let me tell you, dream on. Put the phone away and apologize to Blake. I'll pretend nothing happened tonight. Otherwise, you won't set foot in the bedroom for a week. In her eyes, the original Luke Ming loved her to the bone, lowly as dust. Before, no matter how trampled, Luke Ming would wag his tail begging for pity. Looking at the confidence level, 100 above her head, I just found it ridiculous. Tanya Song, do you think all men in the world revolve around you? I put away the phone. Tone, calm. This house is my premarital property. The car, too. And about the recent financial hole in your company. If I remember correctly, it still needs funding from my Ming family. Tanya Song's expression finally changed. She glared at me. You're threatening me with the company. Not a threat, but a notice. I turned toward the door. Grabbed the car keys. I'll have the lawyers send you the agreement tomorrow. In the meantime, better take your good little brother and get out of my house, or I'll have people throw you out. Luke Ming, you dare leave. Tanya Song panicked for real, rushing forward to pull me back. If you dare step out that door today, we're done for good. Before, this line was always her killer move. Once uttered, the original host would kneel begging, But this time, I didn't even bother turning back. Couldn't ask for more. The big gate slammed shut with a resounding bam, locking Tanya Song's piercing screams and Blake's fake green tea words behind. Sitting in the Maybach, I took a deep breath of cold air, feeling refreshed to the core. But this is just the beginning. Leaving that stifling villa, I drove straight to Apocalypse, the top-tier club, right in the city center. This place was the hangout for the spoiled second-generation rich kids. The original host used to come here often as the fool footing the bill for everyone. Just stepping into the VIP room, Tanya Song's messages started bombarding my phone. Luke Ming, have you caused enough trouble? It's raining so hard outside. Where are you hiding? Blake was scared witless by you. He's about to have a heart attack. Are you even human? You have half an hour to get home immediately. On the way, buy porridge from the inner home shop in the south of the city and bring it back. Blake is hungry. If you don't come back, then don't expect me to look at you for the rest of my life. I coldly replied with one word, scram, then straight up blacklisted her. The lights in the VIP room dim, reeking of money. A few drinking buddies were hugging young models, boozing it up. As soon as they saw me enter, the whole room went silent for a moment. Hey, isn't that young Master Luke? What's this? Today not at home serving water and washing feet for the one who spoke was Trevor Tate, a foul mouth, also one of Tanya Song's simps. If it was before, Luke Ming would surely just force a smile and let it go. But now I walked straight to the center seat, sat down, then kicked Trevor Tate aside with one foot. Get out of the way, you're blocking my path. Trevor Tate stumbled from the kick, wine spilling all over, about to explode. But when he met my bone-chilling gaze, he was scared stiff on the spot. He shrank back, silent as a mouse, not daring a peep. I poured a full glass of strong liquor. Just took a sip. The door was pushed open again. The woman who entered had an extremely powerful aura. The room temperature seemed to drop a few degrees instantly. Black leather biker outfit, hugging tight, accentuating her hot curves. Ponytail tied high, phoenix eyes slanted up full of arrogance, carefree. She carried a helmet, scanning the room once. Her gaze stopped on me. Who's Luke Ming? Voice clear but slightly hoarse, full of allure. I set down the glass. That's me, beautiful. What do you want with me? The woman strode forward with long legs, sat directly on the coffee table right in front of me, body leaning forward close to me, carrying a faint mint tobacco scent that's very distinctive. I heard, you just kicked that green tea bitch Tanya Song to the curb. Her mouth curled into a meaningful smile, and even splashed water on that pretty boy's face, Blake Chase. I raised an eyebrow. That's right, so what? The amusement in her eyes deepened. She reached out to lift my chin, like looking at a rare item. Well done. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. If you're sick of them too, then let's team up for a round. I glanced at the glittering golden stats above her head. Truth level, 100. Initial favor, 60. Status, admiring. Identity, the grand princess of the financial elite, Samantha Mann. So it's her, the only tragic side character in the original story, capable enough to face off against Tanya Song, but ended up framed in the end. The infamous mad beauty of the capital's entertainment industry. I grabbed her wrist in reverse, pulling her closer a few inches. Teaming up is fine. But how do you plan to play, Miss Samantha? Samantha Mann's eyes flashed with excited light. She leaned close to my ear and whispered, tomorrow night, Tanya Song is throwing a birthday party for that pretty boy. She's even planning to use your secondary card to pay and show off. Dare to come with me and give them a big surprise. Looking deep into Samantha Mann's ambitious eyes, I pulled out the powerful black card, clamped it between two fingers, and shook it provocatively. Not just go, but go in a big way. It's a birthday party. How can it lack surprises? Tomorrow I'll let all of Beijing know. Spending my money to keep a gigolo will come at a heavy price. Samantha Man laughed arrogantly. Deal. Right at that moment. At that moment, Tanya Song's call came to Trevor Tate's phone. Trevor Tate tremblingly answered and put it on speaker. Tanya Song's furious voice rang out. Trevor Tate, is Luke Ming there with you? Tell that worthless guy. If he doesn't come apologize to Blake tomorrow and pay the bill, I'll publicly divorce him, making him the laughingstock of the whole capital. Samantha and I looked at each other and burst out laughing. Divorce is certain, but the one becoming the joke is definitely not me. The top-floor banquet hall of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Crystal chandeliers, dazzlingly bright. Champagne tower stacked sky-high. Atmosphere thick with expensive perfume and fake pleasantries. Tanya Song in a white gown standing amid the crowd. She was arm in arm with Blake Chase in a white suit. They looked quite a matching pair, if you ignored the undisguised sleaziness. In that punk, Blake Chase's eyes. All around were big shots in high society. Tanya, why hasn't Luke Ming arrived yet? Isn't today Blake's birthday party? Heard young Master Luke got kicked out last night. True or false? This Luke Ming is really spineless. Wife, throwing a birthday for her childhood sweetheart, and even swiping his card. Yet, he doesn't even dare show his face. The buzzing gossip like a swarm of flies. Tanya Song heard it all. She slightly frowned, then relaxed, continuing her lofty act. Luke Ming isn't feeling well, so he's resting at home. Tanya Song finished explaining to the guests, then turned to look at Blake Chase with tender eyes. Blake, forget about him today, you're the star. Blake Chase obediently nodded. He daintily raised his glass. Sister Tanya, it's fine if brother-in-law doesn't come. As long as you're here, I'm happy. Everyone, don't let me ruin the fun. I was standing outside the heavy red wooden door of the banquet hall, witnessing the entire scene. My gaze stopped above Blake Chase's head. Current status: extremely excited. Vanity level: 90. Mental activity: that idiot Luke Ming must be hiding in a motel crying. This lavish party, the wine alone cost hundreds of thousands. All paid by that fool. Feels great. Later got a sweet talk a bit. To get Sister Tanya to transfer that supercar to me, I let out a soft cold laugh. Adjusted my cufflinks. Samantha Man stood beside me, checking her makeup in a mirror. Today she wasn't in leather, but in a deep red velvet dress, slid high up to the thigh, showing off her bare back with just a few thin diamond strands. This red dress, compared to Tanya Song's bland white gown, stood out so much it was like devouring the other. Ready yet? Samantha Man put away the lipstick, slightly curled her lip. My dear foster brother. I offered my arm for her to link. Let's go, Miss Samantha. Bam. The banquet hall door was forcefully pushed open by the waiter. The noisy hall suddenly went silent. Everyone's eyes turned this way. I was in a dark gray British-style suit, hair slicked back exposing the forehead, exuding sharpness and authority all over. Beside me was Samantha Man, full of presence. The click of heels on marble floor, like steps stomping on everyone's hearts. That's Samantha Man, the princess of the capital's elite. Oh my God, why is Luke Ming with Samantha Man? This aura completely crushes Tanya Song. The gossip shifted from sarcasm to astonishment. The smile on Tanya Song's face froze. She stared at my arm linked with Samantha Man's. Pupils contracted. The wine glass in her hand shook violently. Red wine splashed on the white dress like a dirty stain. Luke Ming. Tanya Song ignored the stain on her dress. aggressively stomping her heels forward, screaming off key. Where the hell have you been? Not answering calls, ignoring messages. Now bringing this woman here, what's your intention? Trying to piss me off on purpose. She charged forward, trying to grab my tie. I slightly sidestepped to dodge. Tanya Song grabbed air, stumbling, her face even uglier. I'm talking to you. Gone mute. Who is this woman? I leisurely adjusted my sleeve. I lifted my head, glanced over his twisted face, then looked at Blake Chase, who just approached. Let me introduce. I wrapped my arm around Samantha Mann's waist, pulling her closer into my embrace. Corner of my mouth smiled. This is Samantha Mann, my foster sister. The whole room deathly silent. Tanya Song's eyes bulged, like hearing the most absurd thing ever. I looked at her, emphasizing each word, repeating exactly what she said last night. Tanya, it's just a foster sister. We're completely innocent. You're so generous, surely not angry. You! Tanya Song's chest heaved with anger, trembling finger pointing at me. You're shameless, utterly shameless. Samantha Mann chuckled, tone full of laziness. Miss Song says it well. Only allowing you to take your foster brother to a love hotel for a room, but not letting Luke Ming bring his foster sister to a party. Playing double standards so smoothly. Wonder if your father knows. What nonsense are you spouting? Blake Chase saw things going wrong, quickly jumped in. Sister, Tanya and I have a pure sibling bond. Luke Ming, it's your dirty mind. Don't think others are as filthy as you. He said it while looking aggrieved, eyes rimmed red. Brother-in-law, I know you don't like me, but today is my birthday. Do you have to bring an outsider to ruin it? Current, lie index, 95, mental state, damn it. How did this worthless guy hook up with Samantha Mann? No way. I have to steer public opinion back. Make everyone see he's the cheater first. I ignored his act, calmly spoke. It's a birthday. Of course there should be gifts. Tanya Song took a deep breath to suppress anger, seeming to want to regain face. She turned and took an exquisite shoebox, handing it to Blake Chase, deliberately loud. Blake, this is the limited edition sneakers you've always wanted. Only 10 pairs in the world. I had to pull a lot of strings to get them made. Blake Chase immediately played along, showing ecstatic joy. Oh my God! Thanks, Sister Tanya. These must be over 100,000 yuan, right? The guests around oohed in admiration. Tanya Song glanced at me provocatively, meaning, she has money, spends on whoever she wants. But, I saw clearly, the label on the side of the shoebox wasn't fully peeled off. Last night I froze her secondary card. That card couldn't swipe for these shoes. Probably fakes or rented to save face. I didn't bother exposing, glanced at Samantha Mann. Samantha Mann got it right away. From her clutch took out a velvet box and casually tossed it. Click, the box landed neatly in Blake Chase's arms, almost hitting his face. Blake Chase fumbled to catch it, opened it, and froze on the spot. Inside was a Patek Philippe celestial watch, the diamonds on the dial sparkling under the lights. Isn't this, someone gasped, the 6102 model, worth over 10 million yuan? Tanya Song's face instantly went pale. Her so-called limited shoes in front of this watch were like street junk. Giving it to me? Blake Chase panted, greedy eyes glued to the watch, hands trembling. What are you thinking? Samantha Mann scoffed, eyes like looking at a fool. This is an accessory for Luke Ming. Earlier my hand was tired, so I had you hold it for a sec. Saying that, she snatched back the box, opened it, and put it on my wrist. Tens of millions. This little toy, wear it for fun. It matches your suit today perfectly. Blake Chase still held the pose of holding the box. but his hands empty, looking awkward like a clown. The eyes around had changed. Originally planning to mock Luke Ming as a freeloader, but now seeing Samantha Man throwing money like dirt just for Luke Ming's smile. Their gazes became extremely complex. Blake Chase's face red as pig liver, gritting teeth, carrying 2 glasses of red wine, shamelessly stepping forward to me. Brother-in-law, since you're here, let me toast you this glass. Any past misunderstandings, let them dissolve in this wine. After all, Sister Tanya is still your wife. Making a big fuss isn't pretty for anyone. He was playing the moral high ground card. In front of so many people, if I don't drink, I'll seem petty. Tanya Song also coldly said, Luke Ming. Blake already took the initiative to toast. Don't push your luck. Drink this glass. I'll let go of what happened earlier. I looked at the wine glass, offered to me. The stats above, Blake Chase's head, jumping wildly. Rage, max. Killing intent, 30%. Mental activity, drink it. Drink yourself to death. Later, find a chance to splash wine on you, humiliate you in front of everyone. So that's his plan. I reached out to take the glass. A flash of triumph in Blake Chase's eyes. Next second, my wrist tilted. Splash! The whole glass of red wine poured straight on Blake Chase's head. The deep red liquid seeped through the hair spray, flowing down his fake face, soaking the white suit. Instantly a red patch, looking like a crime scene. The whole hall silent once more. Blake Chase, mouth agape, wine flowing in, making him choke and cough non-stop. Oops! I let go. The glass fell and shattered. Looking at Blake Chase's pathetic state, my face showed no guilt, only cold mockery. Slipped my hand. You're so forgiving, surely won't mind, right? Luke Ming! Tanya Song shrieked piercingly. She completely lost it. She charged, raising her hand to slap me. You dare splash wine on Blake, I'll kill you. The slap carried a sharp wind, containing all her contempt over the years. But I didn't move, because someone was faster. Slap. A crisp slap echoed through the banquet hall. Tanya Song's face jerked, almost falling. She clutched her reddened face, incredulously looking at Samantha Man. Samantha Man leisurely pulled out a handkerchief, slowly wiping her hand as if touching something filthy. Tanya Song, seems your parents didn't teach you manners. Samantha Man tossed the handkerchief. The expensive silk landed right at Tanya Song's feet. She stepped forward, high heels stomping on Tanya Song's dress. Hem. Voice not loud but full of ruthlessness. Luke Ming is mine now. Try touching him. What a domineering family protector move. I looked at Samantha Man's back. The lump in my chest eased a lot. Tanya Song clutched her face, on the verge of tears, but suppressed by Samantha Man's aura, not daring to fight back. She turned to Blake Chase seeking comfort. But Blake Chase was busy wiping the wine off himself, not even glancing at her. I activated lie-detecting eyes toward Blake Chase. Everyone. I suddenly spoke up, voice echoing through the banquet hall. Do you all think Blake Chase is so pitiful? Thinking I'm bullying with power, Luke Ming. The crowd exchanged looks and murmured. I pointed at Blake Chase, smiling cruelly. Then let me tell you all what this pure foster brother is thinking right now. I stared at the red text above Blake Chase's head and read aloud. He's thinking, this crazy bitch. If she can help me scan that watch, that'd be great. Just get the watch and sell it for cash. I can pay off all my gambling debts at the casino and have money to keep a few more young models. As for Tanya Song, this stupid woman got slapped. Who cares? Anyway, her money is about to be sucked dry by me. Blake Chase suddenly looked up, face bloodless, pale as paper. Like seeing a ghost. What bullshit are you spouting? I didn't! You're slandering me. But his trembling voice and horrified eyes betrayed everything. The guests around weren't fools. Immediately, the hall buzzed. Gambling? Blake Chase gambles. Oh God, what the hell is Tanya Song keeping? And how does Luke Ming know what he's thinking? So creepy. Tanya Song was also stunned. She stared at Blake Chase, for the first time doubt in her eyes. Blake, is what he said true? Do you gamble? Sister Tanya, you have to believe me. He's trying to drive a wedge. Blake Chase panicked, trying to grab Tanya Song's hand. But Tanya Song instinctively dodged. This dodge completely shattered Blake Chase's mental defense. I lost interest in watching this dog-eat-dog scene. Let's go. I put my arm around Samantha Mann's shoulder, turned and walked straight out the main door. Behind, the party scene chaotic mess. Tanya Song breaking down questioning. Blake Chase yelling defenses excitedly. Reaching the door, I stopped, but didn't turn back. Coldly threw back. Tanya Song, tonight, I'll be back at the mid-levels villa. Some things it's time to settle. Said that, I pushed the big door, leading Samantha Mann away. In the elevator, Samantha Mann leaned on the wall, looking at me, eyes shining. Was that slap satisfying? Satisfying, I said sincerely. But it's still not enough. Samantha Mann raised an eyebrow. What do you plan to do? What Tanya Song cares most isn't love, but face, the Song family company, and her ridiculous independent woman label. Watching the elevator floor numbers decreasing. My eyes, ice cold. I'll crush each one of hers. The Maybach sped out of the underground garage, merging into the night. The downpour had stopped. Road surface wet and slick. I gripped the steering wheel tight, speeding straight to that villa. The place holding the original host's 3 years of lowly marriage. The mid-levels villa. At this moment, Tanya Song and Blake Chase must be struggling back here. Tonight is definitely sleepless. The real revenge has just begun. Outside, the rain still falling nonstop, pattering on the Maybach's windows. I sat on the sofa by the floor-to-ceiling window on the second floor, hand gently swirling half a glass of Romani Conti, fireplace blazing fiercely, the room very warm. Samantha Mann barefoot on the carpet, hand holding a wine glass. Standing behind the curtain staring down at the gate. They're here, her lips slightly curled in a smile, looking even more pathetic than I imagined. I also saw 2 beams of headlights approaching. Tanya Song's white Porsche stopped at the iron gate. Door opened. Tanya Song, holding a broken umbrella, rushed out. Blake Chase shrinking his neck following behind. Both soaked like drowned rats instantly. Tanya Song rushed to press the fingerprint lock. Red light flashing. Beep sounded. Fingerprint verification failed. She blanked for a second. Pressed again. Still failed. Tanya Song started panicking. She banged the screen, then pulled out the card to swipe. Still no response. What's going on? Broken? Tanya Song wiped rain from her face. Turned and yelled, Blake, come try the password. Is the system glitching? Blake Chase, shivering from cold, approached and entered the password. It was Tanya Song's birthday. Password incorrect. Impossible! Tanya Song screamed. Snatched the keypad to enter again. The password is this. Used for 3 years. Unauthorized access. System locked. Please leave immediately. The electronic announcement clear amid the rain. I observed from the second floor. Sipped the wine. Half an hour ago I had the management reset the system. Current password, a random string. Luke Ming, I know you're in there. Tanya Song realized. She yelled toward the villa. Open the door for me. What do you mean changing the locks? This is my house. She madly shook the iron gate. Blake Chase hugged himself tight, face pale. Sister Tanya, is he really kicking us out? I'm so cold. My heart feels bad too. Tanya Song picked up a rock and banged the gate. Luke Ming, if you don't open up, I'll call the police. This action of yours is illegal detention. You're committing domestic violence. Domestic violence? Samantha Mann burst out laughing, turned back to look at me. Your ex-wife's legal knowledge is a bit lacking, huh? I set down the glass, picked up the megaphone and stood. Let's go. To the balcony, don't keep the guests waiting. Pushed open the balcony door. Cold wind with misty rain hit my face. Click. I switched on the high-power spotlight. Intense beam, shining straight on the two below. Tanya Song raised her hand to shield her eyes. Squinted up when she saw me and Samantha Mann clearly, leisurely holding wine glasses on the second floor. She froze, her gaze from shock to humiliation, then anger. Luke Ming! Tanya Song yelled. What are you doing bringing that kind of woman home? Open the door for me now. I picked up the megaphone. Miss Song, I think you're mistaken about something. This is my house. The deed is in my name alone. As for you, I pressed the remote. The villa's side door opened. Servants dragged out several black trash bags. Mrs. Wang. Uncle Lee. Tanya Song's eyes lit up. Quick, open the door for me. Luke Ming's gone mad. Don't listen to him. Mrs. Wang, expressionless, walked to the door, threw hard over the iron fence. Thud. The trash bags rolled in muddy water, mouths bursting open. Stuff scattering everywhere. All Tanya Song's clothes, cosmetics, and even cheap gifts from Blake Chase. The high-end Chanel gown soaked in dirty water. The hand-knitted scarf from Blake Chase dangling on the fence. Your pile of junk, I said into the megaphone. Since you want divorce, make it clean and final. I don't like the smell of trash in the house. Tanya Song trembled all over, rushed to pick up the mud-covered gown. Luke Ming, you dare throw my stuff? What right do you have to throw my stuff? As the homeowner, I sneered. Besides, Tanya Song, have you forgotten this pile of clothes, bags, jewelry? Which one wasn't bought swiping my car? I have the right to dispose of my property. And that pile. I pointed at the junk on the ground. Those are the scraps your good brother gave you. Not charging you waste disposal fee is already merciful. Blake Chase's face flushed red, staring at the stuff on the ground. Fists clenched. Tanya Song's chest heaved with anger, pointing at me. Fine, very good. Luke Ming, you're really ruthless. You think kicking me out will scare me? I have my own hands and feet, my own company. I don't care for your dirty money. Got spirit! Samantha Mann beside clapped. But, Miss Song, a reminder. Earlier Luke Ming notified finance. Withdrew all investments from Song Group, your company. Probably facing bankruptcy and asset liquidation by morning. Tanya Song staggered, almost collapsing. Impossible. You're lying. Whether lying or not, check your phone. Tanya Song hurriedly pulled out her phone. All debt collection messages and missed calls. She completely panicked, losing the investment chain. The Song family is just an empty shell. Luke Ming. Tanya Song looked up, voice carrying sobs. Don't do this. We're husband and wife. I know what I did today was wrong. I shouldn't have taken Blake to places like that. Shouldn't have embarrassed you. I'm sorry, okay. Don't withdraw the funds. I beg you. Finally she bowed her head. Not for love, but for money. I looked at the data above her head. Current lie index, 100. Mental state, Stabilize this worthless guy first. Once the money's in the account, I'll definitely take him out, and that's Samantha man too. This damn pair dared make me stand in the rain. I'll make him kneel and lick my shoes. Old habits, die heart. I grabbed a handful of coins. Clink, the coins scattered from the second floor, hitting puddles, splashing mud. Take it for motel rent, I said calmly. No need for change. Tanya Song dazedly looked at the coins on the ground. Blake Chase kept his head down, silent. I activated lie-detecting eyes to check stats. Disgust level 90. Departure index 100. Love index 50. Mental activity. It's over. The Song family is collapsing. This woman, now penniless and homeless, face smeared, looking just like a ghost woman. I gotta bail fast, or this pile of debts will fall on me. Good show. I raised the megaphone. Tanya Song. Don't you want to know what your precious Blake is thinking now? Tanya Song turned to look at Blake Chase. I followed the text above Blake Chase's head and read loud. He's thinking, such bad luck, thought I scored a rich lady. Turns out just an empty shell. Now Luke Ming is, for real. This idiot Tanya Song is done for. Look at her ghostly appearance now. Makeup smeared, just like a female ghost. Disgusting. Blake Chase suddenly jerked his head up. You, shut up. Sister Tanya, don't listen to him. He's driving a wedge. I continued reading. That handful of coins, though small, but enough for bus fare. This bitch's bag probably still has a few thousand cash. That's her last money. Maybe just rob it and run. Anyway, she has no more value. Enough! Blake Chase yelled. Tanya Song stepped back half a step. Blake, how could you think like that? Sister, don't believe him. He's a monster. He can read minds. No, he's spouting nonsense. Blake Chase frantically explained, eyes darting guiltily. Whether I'm bullshitting or not, you know in your heart. I leaned on the railing, staring at them. Blake Chase, do you dare swear you don't want to run? Do you dare swear you're not eyeing Tanya Song's bag? Blake Chase's eyes instinctively glanced at the Hermes bag Tanya Song was clutching. Inside 20 cash. Tanya Song caught that glance fully. It was greed and calculation chilling. Blake Chase! Tanya Song screamed in pain. She lunged, grabbing Blake Chase's collar. Speak, do you really despise me? Was everything you wanted just my money? You crazy. Let go. Blake Chase choked uncomfortably. He shoved hard. Get lost. You madwoman. Tanya Song fell backward, thud down into the muddy puddle. Elbow hit sharp rock, blood flowing. Blake, you pushed me. Tanya Song crawled on the ground. Hair, matted, sticking to her face. Blake Chase didn't bother pretending anymore. Pushed you, so what? Blake Chase pointed at Tanya Song's face, cursing. Look at yourself now. Any resemblance to a heiress. Luke Ming was right. You are an idiot. Perfectly fine as a rich wife, but no. Had to play true love with me. Now great, huh? Song family collapsed. You kicked to the street too. Now what do you have left? I did it for you. For you I became like this. Tanya Song wailed, trying to grab his pant leg. That was your choice. Did I force you? Blake Chase kicked her hand away. He snatched the Hermes bag on the ground. This bag can still sell for some bucks, and the cash inside is mine. Consider it compensation for my lost youth. No, that's my lifeline money. Tanya Song tried to pounce on the bag, but leg hurt, fell down again. Blake Chase held the bag, didn't look back, rushed into the rain, hailed a taxi and vanished. Blake, don't go. Don't abandon me. Tanya Song crawled in the mud. The car already far gone. Only her lying alone by the trash pile. She looked up to the second floor, where Samantha and I stood watching. Luke Ming. She reached out. Save me. I'm your wife. Please save me. I looked at the stats. Love index, 0. Regret index, 80. Mental activity, so cold. Hurts so much. How did things turn out like this? The old Luke Ming wasn't like this. Just one cry from me. He'd surely rush over. He's probably still angry. If I beg, he'll definitely soften. I set down the megaphone, turned off the spotlight. Samantha man, let's go inside. Wind's picking up. I drew the curtains. Not saving her? Samantha man asked. She won't die. I dialed 120. Hello. In front of Villa AE in Half Mountain, someone fainted. Please send an ambulance. Hung up. Tossed the phone on the coffee table. This is the last bit of mercy as her ex-husband. Samantha man clinked glasses with me. Cheers to your new life. To our partnership. I drained the glass. Outside window, thunder, still rumbling. Tanya's song's cries gradually faded. But I know, it's not over yet. Early next morning, Tanya's song woke in the city hospital. Body aching, leg already in cast. Awake? The nurse slapped the bill on the nightstand. Awake, then pay up. Last night, ambulance brought you, but no one's paid yet. Total 3,800 yuan. Tanya's song groped around. Bag gone. But luckily, phone still there. Screen cracked in a corner. On WeChat, Blake Chase blocked her long ago. Blake. She burst into sobs. Stop crying. Pay now. The nurse urged. No money, then call family. Tanya's song scrolled contacts. Finger stopped on the name, saved as Sim. She called Luke Ming. Call connected. Tanya's song wailed. Luke Ming, I'm at the hospital. I have no money for the bill. That beast Blake robbed me clean. Come save me. I know I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. Other end flipping documents rustling. Luke Ming, come here quick. It hurts so much. I want to go home. Tanya's song. Luke Ming's voice cold as ice. Since you're awake, let me tell you something. In 10 minutes my lawyer will be at the hospital. He's coming to gift you a ticket to jail time. Tanya's song blanked. What? What ticket? Lawsuit. About you dissipating marital assets to Blake Chase. And song group suspected of faking financial reports to scam investments from the Ming family. Luke Ming scoffed. Pay your own hospital bed. Or beg the police. Anyway, once you're in detention, meals and water all free. Hung up. The phone dropped on the bedsheet. Outside the door, 2 police officers striding in it. The smell of disinfectant mixed with mold hit her nose straight. Tanya's song lay on the bed, right leg in cast, suspended in air. The pressure from police questioning earlier still weighing. She curled in the blanket, hair disheveled, face pale, eyes sunken. In one night, she fell from cloud 9 to mud pit. Sound of leather shoes on granite floor. Clacking. Tanya's song suddenly looked up, eyes flashing hope. In backlight, Luke Ming in dark gray suit, arm draping black cashmere coat. Behind him, Lawyer Chen, head of Ming Group Legal, carrying briefcase. Luke Ming. Tanya's song's voice hoarse. Her tears fell like rain again, like a wronged child. Seeing parents, she struggled to sit up, jarring her painful leg, hissing. I knew it. I knew you wouldn't abandon me. She reached out her hand full of needle marks to grab Luke Ming's hem. Those police earlier were so fierce. They said I'm suspected of fraud. Want to detain me. Hurry, explain to them. I'm the Song family heiress. How could I commit fraud? Those reports were all done by finance department. I knew nothing at all. Luke Ming stood at the bed end, unmoving. Luke Ming stood at the bed end, unmoving. He looked at this woman, eyes like viewing sewer rats. Current, lie index, 60, mental state. Phew, he's here. Just cry pathetically a bit. Remind of old affections. This simp will surely soften. Settle that lawsuit video first. Wait till I recover, then deal with him later. The data, dancing above Tanya Song's head, bright, red glaring. Luke Ming curled his lip in mockery, sidestepped to make way. Lawyer Chen stepped up, slapped the documents on the nightstand. Slap, not loud, but sharp like a slap. Miss Song, I'm the lawyer representing Mr. Ming. Lawyer Chen coldly announced. This is the divorce petition, along with notice of Song Group debt liquidation. Please review and sign. Tanya Song stopped crying. She glued her eyes to the petition, fingers trembling. She looked at Luke Ming incredulously. Divorce? Luke Ming, I've ended up like this. And you still want to divorce me? Do you have any conscience left? Conscience? Luke Ming acted as if he'd heard a joke. Stepped closer, 2 steps, hands bracing on the bedrail at the foot. He leaned forward. Last night when you took Blake Chase to swipe my card, where was your conscience? When you locked me out in the rain, where was your conscience? Or did that conscience of yours get eaten by Blake Chase, that worthless guy who grabbed the money and ran? Just mentioning Blake Chase, Tanya Song's expression changed completely, eyes flashing panic. But then she immediately turned angry. Don't you dare talk about him like that, she hissed. Blake was just momentarily confused. He has his own hardships. Besides, even if he took the money, the feelings he has for me are still real. Unlike you, Luke Ming, you're just a petty opportunist stirring troubled waters here. Current lie index. So, mental state. Blake must have been forced. He's so kind. How could he really abandon me? It's all Luke Ming kicking me when I'm down. What a disgusting jerk. Deluding herself to the end. Luke Ming straightened up, adjusted his cuff. Feelings are real. Tanya Song, did your brain get waterlogged from the rain? Do I need to play back the recording of what he said downstairs last night for you? That was you forcing him. Tanya Song agitated, face red. You insulted him with money. His pride is too high. That's why he spoke without thinking. Luke Ming, you'll never measure up to Blake. Never. She took a deep breath, eyes full of madness and obsession. You think having some dirty money makes you hot stuff. That year when the Song family had the big fire, everyone just ran for their lives. Only Blake. Only him risking life and limb, rushing into the sea of flames to save me. To save me, his back got severely burned. Had to lie in ICU for 3 days and nights. Tanya Song pointed straight at Luke Ming's face. Where were you then? You coward. A greedy for life, afraid of death type like you. Can't compare to even one finger of Blake's A. If not for repaying the favor. You think I'd deign to marry you? The screams echoed through the ward. Lawyer Chen pushed his glasses, lowered his head looking at his shoe tips. Luke Ming burst out laughing, shoulders shaking violently. Greedy for life, afraid of death. Coward? Luke Ming sneered, then raised his hand, placed fingers on his shirt buttons. Tanya Song, 3 years married. You've never really looked straight at my body, have you? Tanya Song blanked, subconsciously backed away. You. What are you doing? Trying something indecent? Luke Ming said nothing, silently unbuttoned each one. First button. Second. Third. He yanked the shirt open, exposing his chest. Tanya Song just about to open mouth to curse, when her gaze suddenly hit the scar on Luke Ming's chest. Voice choked in throat, pupils contracted. From Luke Ming's left chest to left shoulder, a patch of dark red, ferocious scar. Skin twisted like melted candle wax. Extreme contrast with surrounding healthy skin. The scar just centimeters from the heart. Tanya Song's mind blank. Lips trembling. How do you have a burn scar? Luke Ming lowered head, glancing at that patch of flesh. This is the memory left by the original host. Also, a medal never shown to anyone. You said Blake Chase has a burn scar on his back. Luke Ming buttoned up, voice ice cold, married 3 years. Have you ever seen the scar on Blake Chase's body? Tanya Song stunned. She never had. Blake Chase always said the scar was too ugly, scared it'd frighten her, so never willing to undress in front of her. She thought it was gentleness, never seen right. Luke Ming pulled out a cement paper file, threw it straight at Tanya Song's face. Smack! The file grazed her cheek. Look closely. This is the true face of your brave benefactors. Tanya Song, trembling, tore open the file. Photos and investigation reports spilled out. First one, the fire scene. Blurred camera cut photo. In the image, a teenager in uniform holding the fainted girl, rushing out of the sea of fire, back half burned by flames. That was Luke Ming, and in a corner another shadow, sneakily bending to pick up a jade pendant on the ground. That was Blake Chase. Second, sheet hospital records. Patient, Luke Ming. Diagnosis, severe burns. Lung damage from smoke inhalation. ICU emergency records. Patient, Blake Chase. Diagnosis, minor abrasions from falling while fleeing. Tanya Song's mind exploded. She glued eyes to the report, each word like nails hammering her heart. No, impossible. Tanya Song madly shook head, flung away the photos. This is fake, must be forged by you. Blake said he saved me. That jade pendant is proof. It's my family, heirloom jade. Only the rescuer could have it. Luke Ming scoffed. Tanya Song, are you blind? Camera captured it crystal clear. He took advantage of chaos to loot. That year after getting you to ambulance I passed out. When woke up, knew you'd decided Blake Chase was benefactor because of the jade. Back then I was foolish, thinking as long as you lived it was fine. So didn't bother arguing. Didn't expect that silence became the reason you trampled me all these years. Luke Ming stepped closer to her, voice lowered. You always say Blake Chase risked life for you. What about the result? He was just a passerby looter, conveniently stole the jade and made up a story. Yet you worship him like a god, while the one who nearly died saving you got called coward by you for 3 years. Treated like an ATM, ordered around like a dog. Tanya Song, are your eyes just for show? Tanya Song stared at Luke Ming's chest, the scar image haunting endlessly, chaotic memories starting to reorder. Strong arms amid sea of fire, words in ear, don't be afraid. I'll get you out. Before thought that voice, unlike Blake Chase, he said, smoke damaged his throat. Now thinking back, it was clearly Luke Ming, and Luke Ming's care over 3 years. That meticulousness, eyes enduring humiliation each time insulted. That's deep affection only after shared life and death. While Blake Chase, besides demanding money and sweet words, what did he do? Even last night's rain. He mocked her makeup washed off looking like ghost woman. He was mocking her smeared makeup looking like female ghost. This truth completely shattered Tanya Song's worldview. Current status. Worldview collapsed. Regret index at this moment skyrocketed from 75% to 95%. Mental activity. It's my fault. I am really wrong. The one who saved me is Luke Ming. The one who loves me is Luke Ming. Yet I treated treasure like trash, treated demon as benefactor, destroyed everything myself. Tanya's song trembled all over, tears streaming, completely broken. She sobbed, choking breathless. No longer minding the painful leg, she knelt prostrate on the mattress, reaching out. Sorry, husband, I'm wrong, really sorry. I didn't know. I really didn't know it was you. If I knew it was you, I'd absolutely not treat you like that. Please don't divorce. I'll change. From now on, I'll love you well. I'll use my whole life to make up to you. Her hand, sticky with tears and snot, clutched tight Luke Ming's sleeve. Luke Ming lowered, head looking at that hand, eyes without ripple, only disgust. I shook off Tanya Song's hand, making her tumble off the bed. Her forehead hit the nightstand. Big red swell. I pulled out handkerchief, wiping thoroughly the sleeve touched. Wiped extremely carefully, like just contaminated with germs. Makeup. After wiping, I threw the handkerchief away. Tanya Song. You think just because you turn back, I'll stand still waiting for you. What you call love is just because you now know I'm the lifesaver. If no report today, you'd still see me as worthless. Still pamper that Blake Chase like treasure. This cheap, deep affection. After weighing benefits like this, you think I crave it? Tanya Song writhed on bed convulsing. She desperately raised head. No, I really love you. Over 3 years we had so many beautiful memories. Beautiful memories? I cold laugh. Is it the memory of you using my secondary card to keep a lover? Or the memory of you kicking me out to throw birthday for Blake Chase? I turned, not bothering to look at her again. Sign it. If not, the Ming Group legal team will show you what ruin and disgrace means. And rotting in prison. And that ruined song, Family Company. I've had people buy up all the debts. Wait till you get out of jail. Probably begging under bridges. I strode to the door. Luke Ming, don't go. I beg you. Tanya Song wailed miserably. She tried crawling off bed to chase, but tumbled to the ground. The casted leg hit hard. The one I love is the you from that year. I stopped at the door, back turned, left last words. You remember the little girl in that fire, who even in life hanging by thread, still wanted to share half the wet towel with me. Sadly, that girl died long ago. The is just a nauseating pile of trash under those stars. Bam! The room door slammed shut. Wails completely cut off. The hallway air so fresh. Luke Ming sighed relief. I loosened my tie. The chest scar healed long ago. No more pain. The original host's obsession now completely dissipated. Satisfying. This isn't just revenge, but liberation. At the hallway end, Samantha Man leaned on wall, fiddling unlit long cigarette. Seeing Luke Ming approach, she tossed the cigarette. Done? Samantha Man asked lazily, but eyes showing clear approval. Done. Luke Ming adjusted collar. Restored usual coolness. Lawyer in there staring. She won't dare not sign. Killing without knife. Young Master Luke. Samantha Man clicked tongue twice. Earlier outside I heard everything. That crying so tragic I wanted to applaud. Reap what you sow. Luke Ming turned to look at Samantha Man. Earlier you texted some progress. Samantha Man straightened, lip curled in dangerous smile. She stepped in front of Luke Ming, lowered voice, caught him. In the basement of Night Raven Bar. That punk runs fast. He had Tanya Song's bag, about to go to black credit places to cash and run. Then my people nabbed him. Samantha Man licked lips. Eyes full danger. 20,000 yuan cash. And that Hermes bag all here. So, wanna go see? Luke Ming's eyes flashed cold. Blake Chase, the mastermind behind original host's tragedy. Time to settle. Of course. Go. Luke Ming stepped to elevator. Voice echoing. I said, some things need settling fair and square. Tanya Song is just interest. He's the principal. Elevator door open. Metal reflecting. 2 figures. Elegant suit. Next to fiery red dress. Revenge gears just starting to turn. Second basement of Night Bureau Club. This place damp and dark. VIP room door pushed open. Bloody smell mixed with mold hit nose. In room center. Blake Chase, hands tied behind to chair. Mouth stuffed with dirty rag. Expensive white suit, now filthy, unrecognizable color. Full of footprints. Seeing Luke Ming and Samantha Mann. Blake Chase struggled violently. Chair legs scraping cement, screeching. He bulged eyes. Full horror. Excitedly, shook head. Luke Ming pulled a chair and sat, crossed legs. Samantha Mann leaned on door watching show. Casually, flipped on bright lights. Strong beam made Blake Chase squint. Luke Ming yanked the dirty rag from his mouth. Brother-in-law, spare me, Blake Chase wailed. Tears and snot streaming face. All misunderstanding. Really, misunderstanding. That bitch Tanya Song forced me. I'm innocent. Innocent. Luke Ming took out the Patek Philippe watch tossing it. Diamond sparkle. You want this watch? Blake Chase stared at the watch, gulp. Greedy instinct dazed him a second. Then, madly shook head. No, don't want. This is brother-in-law's watch. How dare I claim? Current, lie, index. 100. Mental state. Fuck. Wait till I get out. Definitely report police arrest you all. Illegal detention crime. And find media expose. If I can swipe this watch, even second-hand enough to change my life. Luke Ming faint smile. Lie-detecting eyes indeed didn't lie. To death, still just a bug. Blake Chase. You're thinking how to report police after out. Expose me how, right? Luke Ming leaned staring at him. Voice gentle. Sadly you have no such chance. Snap finger. From shadows, 2 guys in black tank tops stepped out, holding baseball bats and debt papers. Young Luke. The 2 burly guys bowed. Luke Ming pointed straight at Blake Chase. Checked earlier. How much he owes black credit. Principal and interest, total 8 million yuan. The guy replied, per rules overdue no pay. 1 hand for 100,000. Blake Chase, scared pissed pants. Stench, strong rising. No. Luke Ming. Grandpa Luke. Beg you help pay my debt. 8 million to you is pocket change. For Tanya's sake, no. For my sake having saved Tanya. You not mentioning the saving would be better. Luke Ming stood grabbing baseball bat, lifted few times. Quite heavy. Since mentioned saving, this debt calculates differently. Luke Ming's eyes turned fierce. Swung bots. That year fire. You stealing my credit felt great, huh? Whack! Bat smashed straight on Blake Chase's shin bone. Screams piercing walls. Blake Chase convulsed in pain. Eyes bulging, almost fainting. This hit for that fool, who lay in air 3 days. Luke Ming expressionless. Raised. Bat again. Dare steal my credit. Dare sleep with my wife. Spend my money. Blake Chase. This life you live straight, huh? Thud. Another bat on the other leg. Bone cracking sounds. Blake Chase no more screams. Just mouth gaping like dying fish. On land. Samantha Mann whistled. Nice. Luke Ming tossed bot. Took wet wipe cleaning hands. Remaining 8 million, let him pay slowly. Luke Ming instructed muscle guys. Don't let him die. Ship him to those special zones in Southeast Asia. Anyway, he likes gambling, likes scamming. Let him shine his talents there. Yes, young Luke. The muscle guys dragged Blake Chase like dead dog out. Passing by, Blake Chase, forced eyes open, looking, eyes full resentment and fear. Luke Ming didn't even glance. Trash cleared. Let's go. Go where? Luke Ming walked to Samantha Man. Invite you to late night snack. Eat what? Samantha Man followed. Street barbecue, huh? Young Master Luke, so stingy. Now every penny I spend on important things. Luke Ming looked far. After Song family collapse. This capital business scene reshuffle from scratch. I must save money for big things. Samantha Man's side glanced his face. Eyes wavering. Current favor index, 75. Intense interest. Fine. Samantha Man linked his arm. Then let me see what big things you do. The capital night sky after rain especially clear. The Maybach, left Night Raven Bar, merged into traffic. Tonight, someone in pain in hospital. Someone banished to hell. While Luke Ming's story just beginning. At an abandoned warehouse at the harbor. Fluorescent lights flickering, buzzing. Shining on a long dining table. White tablecloth, pristine. On top, silver candlesticks. Decanter. And 2 steaming beef Wellington portions. Splash! A bucket of ice water poured straight down. Tanya Song choked awake, broken leg hurting, sweat pouring. She opened eyes, saw herself tied tight to chair. Opposite Blake Chase face, full blood. Awake? Luke Ming sat at table end. One hand swirling wine glass. One hand leisurely cutting steak. Behind him, several men in black suits guarding. Samantha Man leaned in shadow, fiddling camera. Luke Ming. Tanya Song's voice hoarse, with sobs. What do you want? Murder is illegal. Murder? Luke Ming speared a beef piece. Chewed slowly in mouth. Rule of law society. How could I do such barbaric thing? Tonight, inviting you two here. Simply for a farewell dinner. He snapped finger. Black-clothed guy, placed silver briefcase on table and opened. Inside neat stacks bright red cash. 5 million yuan. Luke Ming wiped mouth with napkin. Real cash. Blake Chase's eyes lit up. Throat bobbing. Staring at the pile. I activated lie-detecting eyes. Stats above Blake Chase surged. Greed level, 100. Mental activity, money. All money. With this, I can pay debts. Then, flee. Just get the money. Tell me to do anything. Rules very simple. Luke Ming pointed at money, pile, then at fruit knife on table. This money belongs to one of you two. Whoever can say a crime evidence of the other. Evidence enough to send the other to prison rotting bones. Then, this money to that person. Of course, if you two deep love, no one speaks. Luke Ming smiled. But, eyes suddenly cold. Then, I'll package you both. Send to those special areas in Southeast Asia. Heard they're short organ parts there. You two probably fetch good price. I choose money. Blake Chase yelled. Tanya Song couldn't believe her ears. Gaped at him. Blake, what did you say? Shut up, idiot. Blake Chase struggled hard. Yelled at Luke Ming. No. Big bro Luke. I know every corner of this bitch. Tanya Song. I accuse. Money give me. Tanya Song's face pale. Blake, I did everything for you. For me. You did it. For your own vanity. Blake Chase interrupted her. Big bro Luke. Last year's Song Group financial report all fake. Tanya Song ordered finance director to fake to scam bank loan and your investment. Inflated revenue by 300 million yuan. Evidence in secret compartment in her office safe. Password, my birthday. Tanya's song froze. That her biggest secret. Luke Ming looked at Tanya's song. Despair. Index above. 80. Mental state. He really said it. He sold me out for money. So what am I? What are 3 years sacrifice? Spectacular. Luke Ming clapped. Sipped wine. One crime evidence for 5 million. Seems a bit lost, huh? Any more? More. Still more. Lake Chase more excited. And that previous bidding project. To get that land. She slept with old Bureau Chief Lee a whole week. Right at Shangri-La Hotel. She even recorded video as proof. Afraid he'd back out. Video in her cloud storage. Blake Chase. Tanya's song yelled. Body shaking violently. Shut up! Shut your mouth! That time for hoo-ha. Wasn't because you lost gambling in Macau got captured. I too scrape money. To save, you had to serve that old man. How you have face to say it. So what? Blake Chase, full contempt. Your own cheapness. I didn't force you. Besides, didn't you always claim independent woman? Selling body to save husband. Sounds so touching. Lie detecting eyes showed Blake Chase words truth. 100. Heartfelt words. Tanya's song's mental defense completely collapsed. Tanya's song no more yelling. She stared at Blake Chase. Eyes from rage to numb. Ha 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 ha. Tanya's song suddenly laughed. Tears bitter flowing in mouth. So that's it. So, I'm just a joke. She suddenly raised head. Glared at Blake Chase. Luke Ming. I don't need money anymore. Tanya's song gritted teeth. I accuse too. Blake Chase not just gambling. He's involved in money laundering too. He borrowed my company accounts to help black credit wash over 60 million dirty yuan. Every transfer record I have backups. Right in hidden file folder in my phone here. The manic joy on Blake Chase's face froze. You're crazy. Saying it you'll go to jail too. Blake Chase roared. Jail then jail. Tanya's song screamed out of control. If I'm ruined, you don't dream peaceful life. Di together. Bitch. I'll kill you. The two across table cursed each other. If not tied, probably lunged biting to death. Luke Ming silently watched. Like watching monkeys perform. He set down glass and stood. Enough. Both immediately shut. Luke Ming closed the money briefcase. Lock, click, clear. Big bro Luke. Money. Blake Chase gaped at briefcase. Luke Ming lifted briefcase, gave to black shirt man behind. Who said this money? Real. Luke Ming's lip curled. This is prop. Bought at film set 10 yuan a stack. Blake Chase, stunned. Tanya's song also dazed. Fake. Blake Chase bulged eyes. You tricked me. Tricking you so what? Luke Ming pointed at hidden camera. Earlier every dialogue of you. Every facial expression. All live streamed. To phones of all second gens in elite circle. Of course. Not missing elders' private chat groups. Samantha Mann stepped out. She shook device in hand. Miss Song, Mr. Chase. Congrats you two debut straight to fame top. Current live views broke 10,000. Everyone praising you act so real. This dog bite dog show truly spectacular. Tanya's song felt whole body cold. Live stream? Everyone saw all. No. Don't. Tanya's song madly shook head. Luke Ming, you can't treat me like this. I'm song family heiress. You ruin my reputation. Then how I face people later. Face people? Luke Ming stepped to her front. From the moment you for this beast locked me out in rain, you no longer deserve to be human. He pulled a file, threw straight on platy, covering the cold stake. This new divorce agreement. Based on crimes you just admitted, you're fully at fault. Per law, you leave empty-handed. Song family debt's yours. My assets still mine. Luke Ming drew fruit knife, cut, right hand, tie of Tanya Song, tossed her a pen, sign, or I'll hand these videos to police investigators right away. Choose yourself. Tanya Song's pen hand trembled nonstop. She looked Luke Ming. Luke Ming's eyes cold as ice. She looked at Blake Chase, still cursing nonstop. Regret index, max. Love index, 0. Survival instinct, 100. Tanya Song closed eyes. Tears streaming. Pen scratched, tearing paper. She trembling signed her name. Signed, she slumped in chair. Eyes empty, staring lamp. Over. Good. Luke Ming took back agreement. Gave lawyer. Outside warehouse police sirens sounded. Red-blue lights flashing on walls. No, I don't want jail. Luke Ming, you promised me money. Blake Chase, hearing sirens, completely broke. He fell person and chair to ground. Tried crawling like maggot. Brother-in-law, I'm wrong. Really wrong. Don't arrest me. Big door bashed open. SWAT rushed in. Gun muzzles aimed straight at ground Blake Chase. Blake Chase, suspected large-scale fraud, abuse, trust, embezzle, assets, and money laundering. Now officially arrest per law. Handcuff click, locked Blake Chase. Let me go. I was forced. Tanya Song ordered me do all. I want lawyer. Blake Chase by 2 police. Armpit dragged away. Passing Luke Ming, he glared. Luke Ming, you're a demon. You'll die badly. I'll haunt you as ghost. Luke Ming ignored him. Samantha Man waved. Take away. Police also lifted Tanya Song up, passing Luke Ming. Tanya Song paused a bit. Luke Ming, her voice very soft. If that year I didn't misrecognize, then would we? No ifs. Luke Ming cut her off, leisurely adjusted collar. Moreover, even if no misrecognition, with your selfish, extreme personality, we couldn't reach the end. Take away. Tanya Song staggered. She, like soulless corpse, escorted to police car. Warehouse back quiet. Only messy, long table left. Samantha Man gave Luke Ming a cigarette. Satisfied? Luke Ming took, sniffed nose. So. He turned, walked out. Leather shoes on cement. That's it, huh? Samantha Man followed. I thought you'd humiliate them more. For the already dead. No need waste words. Luke Ming pushed big door. Outside rain stopped. Dawn breaking. Wind carrying cold blew away old mold smell in warehouse. Luke Ming deep breath. The resentment in chest completely gone. Samantha Man. Song group collapsed. This pie. Interested in half this pie. Samantha Man's eyes bright. Mr. Luke so generous. Mutually beneficial partnership. Luke Ming tossed cigarette in puddle. Strode to Maybach. Anyway, after clearing the trash. Time to start building my empire. 1 year later, at Capitol Commercial Center. Outdoor screen. Broadcasting live bell ringing ceremony. Luke Ming in high-end tailored suit. Standing amid red carpet of exchange floor. Behind huge Tomorrow Technology logo. Samantha Man right beside him. Next, please welcome Tomorrow Technology founder, Mr. Luke Ming. To ring the listing bell. Mech's voice, full excitement. Luke Ming took wooden mallet. At this moment, he acquired Song family. Reorganized Ming family. Became business legend. At a shabby noodle shop in hidden corner. A lame dishwasher carrying dirty dishes passed. Hearing TV, she dropped dishes shattering. Shop owner rushed out, cursed. Tanya Song, worthless. This third plate you broke. Today's pay deducted all. Scram, to back kitchen wash dishes. Tanya's song no resistance. She dazed, looked at ex-husband, shining brightly on screen. On screen, Luke Ming struck mallet. When bell echoed, Tanya's song lowered head looking her rough cracked hands. Tears dropped in dirty water bucket. The stock exchange bell rang. A crisp sound. Red numbers on big screen jumped wildly. 4 words tomorrow. Technology shone bright. Opened at limit up. Market cap over trillion. Under stage. Flashes non-stop. Shutter. Sounds endless. Luke Ming stood center stage. Custom navy suit perfectly fitted. He slightly nodded. Facing hundreds media and investors. Face. Polite. Smile. Layers shirt and vest expensive. Covered chest burn scar. Also covered that past. Mr. Luke, how tomorrow technology in just 1 short year. From startup to industry unicorn. What's your biggest secret? Mr. Luke, heard your ex-wife, Miss Tanya's song. What's obstacle on your startup path? Any sharing on this? Reporter questions direct. Luke Ming adjusted now where you did was so. Eyes scanned hall. Stopped on red dress woman. Front row. Samantha man chin propped looking him. Eyes. Full smile. Secret. Only one. Luke Ming's voice echoed through speakers. Choose right people. Walk right path. As for past. He paused a bit. Lip curled. Classify and handle trash done. Then environment naturally clean. Whole hall laughed out. Applause thunderous. At same time. At a basement in South Capital's suburbs. Rickety old TV buzzing. Image distorted. But Tanya's song still saw clearly the man on screen. Classify trash. Tanya's song repeated these words. Voice hoarse. She huddled on moldy single bed. Wrapped in, picked up army coat. Hand holding cheap beef noodle bowl. Smell. Chemical strong mixed with sewer stench rising. Head nose straight. 1 year, just 1 year. Former song heiress now cheeks sunken. Cheekbones high. Hair like dry grass mess. Hands before, only for signing. Now, full cracks and swollen from cold. Nails dirty black, can't wash clean. She had to wash dishes at illegal eatery. Work 14 hours daily. For 80 yuan in this dark basement. On TV, Luke Ming raised champagne toast, Samantha Man. That gaze full focus and doting. Was once hers but she smashed herself. Plop. A murky tear dropped in noodle bowl. Spreading oil ring. Tanya's song trembling reached. From inner pocket, took a photo. Wedding photo from 3 years ago. Crumpled then, smooth. Edges, worn white. In photo, Luke Ming smiled goofily. Eyes only her. While she faced cold. Body deliberately avoiding Luke Ming. Luke Ming. Tanya's song touched screen. Fingertip hit cold glass. Bang, bang, bang. Iron door banged loud. Dust falling. Tanya's song, you dead in there. Open door. Rough yell startled Tanya's song. Noodle soup spilled on hand. Hot, she gasped. She dragged crippled leg limping to open door. Door just cracked, small. A fat greasy hand reached in. Grabbed her hair dragged out. Hurts. Tanya's song pulled fell. Knee hit at hard cement. The landlord, a middle-aged man, face full fat. Mouth cigarette spat. Stop faking dead. What date today? Rent where? 500 yuan you delayed 3 days. Brother Wang, let me delay 2 more days. Tanya's song crawled ground grabbed man pant leg. Eatery boss said pay in 2 days. Paid I'll give you right away. Fuck off. Landlord kicked her hand away. No one believes your shit anymore. No money right. No money use body pay. Though you look like starving ghost now. But, this figure, okay, he said, while unbuckling belt. Eyes full, lewd. Tanya's song, terrified scream. Desperately backed. No. Don't. I'm Song family heiress. You can't touch me. Song family heiress. Landlord paused, second. Then laughed. Ha 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 ha. You Song heiress. Then I'm Jade Emperor. Don't know, look mirror yourself. What shit appearance. Hey heiress. I see washing dishes made you stupid. He grabbed Tanya's Song collar. Pressed her to wall. Help! In despair, Tanya Song yelled that name. In Daza. She seemed see tall figure at door. Wearing old coat rushing to shield her. Just like in Sea of Fire that year. Luke Ming. Tanya's Song reached to grab that shadow, but fingertip passed through air. Nothing. Only landlord's stinky breath on face. Slap. A slap straight on her face. Calling ghosts, huh? Who's Luke Ming? Your lover, huh? Tell him bring money. Tanya's Song slapped ears. Ringing. Mouth corner bleeding. The shadow vanished. She woke. The Luke Ming who once shielded Rainwind for her, treated her like treasure, long killed by her. Deed. That rainy night. Deed from DNA report. And countless humiliations. Now, the 100 billion asset, Luke Ming on TV, belongs to Samantha Man. I'll give money. Tanya's Song, trembling, from chest, took wrinkled small bills. That her half-month savings, planned for painkillers. Landlord, snatched, counted. Cursed few then released. Consider you smart. Next month delay, I throw you out for dogs. Bam! Room door slammed. Tanya's Song collapsed ground. Hugged knees looking confetti on TV. On screen, Luke Ming whispered in Samantha Man's ear. They smiled at each other. That happiness stabbed her eyes painful. Karma. Tanya's Song buried head in knees. Cries echoed narrow basement. Live on. Live in regret and poverty. Watch him rise, step by step. Watch self rot in mud. This, the most vicious revenge. A Western maximum security prison. Sewing machines, tacking nonstop. Blake Chase bald head. Sitting in gray-white striped prison uniform. Foot, pedaling sewing machine. Hands rough, cracked. Full needle pricks and cold sores. No more glamour of hands holding wineglass years ago. Slap. Baton hit table hard. Blake Chase. What you spacing for? Today not finish quota. No dinner. Warden yelled intimidating. Then turned left. Blake Chase, scared, shook. Hurriedly pedaled faster. Hey, isn't this our love saint? A foot from side extended. Stomped hard on Blake Chase instep. Blake Chase howled pain. Hugged foot rolled on ground. Inmates around laughed, delighted. The speaker a scarred face guy. In for robbery. He hated most pretty soft skin types. Like this scammer. What you yelling? Scarface squatted patting Blake Chase face. Heard before you gigolo. Specializing scam women money. Come, smile for big bro. Smile nice. Then I do your quota. Blake Chase pain sweat, pouring. But, dared not resist. Past year beaten countless times. Old arrogant vain habits punched to shreds. He forced smile uglier than cry. Brother long. You, teasing me. Ugly hurts. Scarface contempt. Spat saliva on Blake Chase face. Heard that Luke Ming sent you in. Today his company listed. Blake Chase body stiffened. Prison rec time earlier broadcast news. He saw the worthless he once stepped on, now on glory P. While he sit here, peddling sewing 19 long years. If, at first, Blake Chase's heart surged bitter memories. If at first not so greedy, if took Tanya's song money and quietly fled, or if at first not provoked, Luke Ming, thinking what? Work. Scarface kicked his ass. Blake Chase crawled back to seat, tears mixed saliva, flowing long. 19 more years out. Then old man. This life crippled complete. Night falls. Victoria Harbor lights brilliant. Celebration party at Peninsula Hotel rooftop. Champagne tower. Symphony. People bustling. Luke Ming held wine, finished one round toasts. Slightly tired, rubbed temples. Tired, huh? A hand offered warm water. Samantha Man changed to black backless evening gown. Long hair bun, high exposing slender neck, a little chai. Luke Ming took water sip, pulled her hand to balcony by floor glass. Cold wind blew off some wine smell. Below feet night scene brilliant, vehicles flowing. What thinking? Samantha Man leaned railing. Tilted head, look him. Thinking Tanya's song or Blake Chase. Thinking you. Luke Ming turned facing her. Samantha Man raised brow. Mr. Luke lately flirting skills up, huh? Luke Ming no laugh. He looked Samantha Man. In view. A faint golden data line above Samantha Man. Past year. This data not faded. Instead, brighter. Current status. Happy. Calls. Because host. Love degree. 100. Unwavering. Loyalty degree. Max. Mental activity. This guy today, so handsome. No matter what happens later, I'll always be by him. Even if penniless. Luke Ming raised hand. Fingertip lightly touched Samantha Man cheek. Samantha Man, thank you. Luke Ming voice soft, but full sincere. Thanks for pulling me from mud. Thanks for going crazy with me, betting with me. Samantha Man smiled, eyes shining light. Mutual benefit only. Mr. Luke, don't be sappy. No, not mutual benefit. Luke Ming stepped forward, narrowed distance, but fate arranged. At this moment, mechanical voice in head suddenly sounded. Detected host, heart not fully untied. Detected host established new stable, emotional connection. Revenge mission perfectly complete. System lie detection removing. Countdown start. 3. Luke Ming eyes slightly moved. Leaving, huh? The thing accompanied my rebirth. Helped me see through hearts. 2. Luke Ming looked Samantha Man. The 100% love forever. Above her head. Wish you embrace full sincerity. Goodbye, host. A light buzz in head. Then all silent again. Golden data before eyes turned light points. Dissipated into night wind. Above Samantha Man. Head, now empty. I no longer see her thoughts. No more those stats, but I not panic. Instead, relief surged. No need anymore. Some things felt by heart, more accurate than eyes. What's wrong? Samantha Man noticed his gaze change. Spacing, what? Luke Ming smiled. This smile, no more calculation. Only warmth. Nothing. I reached, hugged Samantha Man waist. Pulled her into embrace. Body warmth through clothes. Heartbeat, clear. This, the real feeling. Man, what doing? Marry me. Person in arms paused bit. Samantha Man looked up. Sharp phoenix eyes flashed surprise. Then immediately laughed. Luke Ming, you proposing, huh? No flowers, no ring, just words. Luke Ming lowered head, forehead against hers. Ring being custom made. Flowers, on way. But I can't wait anymore. I want use, rest of life, to prove a future without data. Samantha Man arms around his neck. Laughed freely. Just like the motorcycle woman first met. Fine. She initiative kissed. Then I'll bet this lifetime game with you. Night wind blew. Victoria Harbor, lights illuminated this moment. In this world, full lies, they found their only truth, and those people and things rotted in mud. In end, like dust on old newspaper, era seed dies all.